All right, enough about just me sitting around talking about stuff. We got the pink light on. We try to look sexy in here, you know what I'm saying? Breast cancer awareness. All right, anyway, let's get into Jimmy Kimmel's monologue. Uh, I live in Phoenix, Arizona now. Nothing but small about that. Yo, um, I was born in Chandler, Arizona. Just like FYI. Like I was born adjacent to Phoenix. My my biological family are almost all in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know any of them, but they're there. I'm in Iowa in a town of help. Yo, I went through Iowa, dude. Iowa's not a bad drive because I had to go through Iowa to get to uh obviously to the border. I went up through North Dakota. That's where I rode through to get into Canada because to avoid hills and stuff. And because my van is a little old. Yeah, dude, I liked Iowa, and I really liked Minnesota. That was a fun. I just didn't like the major city there. Um, but I've always kind of had like a Iowa's fun to say, man. I like Iowa. Yep, I know Chandler. Hell yeah, dude. That's where I was born, dude. I was the first baby born in Chandler, Arizona in 1989. I watched some. It's good. Okay, well, hell yeah, dude. I want to see my boy give it back. Cause like, dude, you guys don't know. I like Jimmy Kimmel from a whole different world. Okay, I liked him when I was a boy growing up on the Man Show. Oh, parts are yeah pretty. Yeah, it's just so quiet. Yeah, dude, the quietness, dude. I slept at a Love's in Iowa, and dude, it was too quiet. All right, let's see what's. But like, look, dude, me and Jimmy Kimmel. I want to touch tips with him sometimes, just because, like, I don't know how Adam Carolla got so mind fucking broken, but Jimmy kind of Jimmy went a little too far left from me, and he got a little too wokey, but like, he's still fucking funny, dude. All right, let's see what he's got.
Kimmel coming back to late night television.
ABC chose to bring back their low rating nighttime host.
We are in for a monologue that will be a marker in late night show history.
It's going to be a moment.
Yeah, no question. A huge moment in American history.
It's one of the most pivotal moments in broadcast history.
Okay, these guys might be overblowing this a bit.
We'll be delivering what is being dubbed the most anticipated monologue in late night in years.
Change? Yeah.
Maybe we showed up on my seat and I had to, yeah, same. You know what I mean? I haven't watched Kimmel in a while. I did like. Did you guys see his skit where it was Batman versus Superman, and like they were inside like a ballroom or whatever, and they were going back and forth, and like Ben Affleck ate something and he starts to choke a little bit and he says something. He's like, "Wait, you're Batman!" And then all of a sudden, like Will Arnett walks up and he's like, "I'm Batman." I'm like, "No, you're not." He's like, "Lego Batman." Like, I fucking love it, dude. It was really funny. All right, let's not interrupt this dope joke.
A huge moment in American history.
It's one of the most pivotal moments in broadcast history.
He will be delivering what is being dubbed the most anticipated monologue in late night in years.
Revolution. Change? Yeah.
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Glenn Powell and music from Sarah McLachlan with Cleto and the Cletones. And now,
I love it, man, when you're being a little self-aware. Like, I like that. That's cool. I like that. That's gangster.
Sarah McLachlan with Cleto and the Cletones. And now, Jimmy Kimmel.
Man, victory lap. Hell yeah, guys. You don't ever want to see someone lose their job for making a joke. And it's crazy because the right for so long was that was their weapon, dude. Like, you're going after comedians, you can't tell jokes, you know who you can't joke about in a society where, like most of the time at the time, like Dave Chappelle was making jokes about trans people, and that was his thing. You can't make jokes about trans people. The cancel culture comes after you. Well, now if you do it to MAGA, they come after you. It's so crazy how the snowflakes have swapped sides. I love it when cancel culture becomes culture. Fucking awesome. Oh, I called it too. Oh, dude, I love being right, dude. Hell yeah. Exactly. I'm gonna take this off. I can barely hear Jimmy talking, dude. What's up, Ricardo?
Thank you. Anyway,
Anyway.
Thank you. Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted, if you're just joining us, we are preempting your regularly scheduled encore episode of Celebrity Family Feud to bring you this special report.
He does. Let's take a look. We put a Hitler mustache on him, dude. Had to be done.
I'm happy to be here tonight with you.
We actually put a thin layer of plastic over it. Because he also has devil horns on, too, that you can't see because they're in the... I think they're right here and here. Unfortunately, we can't see it because it's the same color of his hair. But we put a thin layer of plastic over it because she says she's going to change it up. Kia's, that's one of my little manager, a.k.a. my girlfriend, his thing. She wants to fuck with Elon every couple days and change it up and see if people notices. I guess I shouldn't have said that part out loud because now people are going to be looking, whoops. Oh, anyway. Jimmy, welcome home, yeah.
I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol.
Yes, dude. Ah.
It's been overwhelming. I've heard from a lot of people, which podcasts, if you're just joining us, Thank you. Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted, if you're just joining us, we are preempting your regularly scheduled encore episode of Celebrity Family Feud to bring you this special report. I'm happy to be here tonight with you.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I remember one of the most beautiful moments in late night history for me, was watching, what was it? Oh yeah, Conan O'Brien's last episode on NBC or whatever before he had to go on his own, start his own thing. Oh, man, dude. The fact that Jay Leno ousted him the way that he did, all of that evil shit, it was fucking mind-rattling.
Please be seated. I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol. It's been overwhelming. I've heard from a lot of people over the last 6 days. I've heard from all the people in the world over the last 6 days. Everyone I have ever met has reached out 10 or 11 times. Weird characters from my past are the guy who fired me from my first radio job in Seattle, where we are not airing tonight, by the way. Sorry, Seattle. His name is Larry. In 1989, Larry tried to force me to do a bit called Jokes for Donuts, where people would call in with a joke and I would give them donuts. I refused to do it, and then I made a lot of fun of Larry for suggesting it, and eventually Larry fired me, and I had to move back in with my parents.
I hate how delayed your chat shows up. I'm a slow typer anyway, so by the time chat shows up on your screen, it's outdated. Yeah. I don't think I've seen last Conan's episode, but I bet he didn't hold anything back. I'll have to look him up. Love him. I wasn't a little fan, nothing against him, just never found him funny. Hey, what's going on? I will say, believe it or not, Matt, that Conan was graceful in his last episode. He thanked NBC for giving him a career for like, what was it, 20 plus years? And back when we had class, I try to do the faster one, where the chat is it's got regular latency, but my stream kept like going through like little bursts of like shutting down because it, unfortunately, the upload speed in this tiny little town just can't keep up. Like we don't have like fiber ops right now.
But even he wrote in to cheer me up. Thank you, Larry, and I want to thank everyone who checked in. I would take all week to list all of them, but some that I do especially want to mention are my fellow late night talk show hosts, my friend Stephen Colbert.
Hell yeah.
Who's found himself in this predicament. My friends Jon Stewart, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, John Oliver, Conan O'Brien, James Corden, Arsenio, Kathy, Wanda, Chelsea, even Jay reached out. I heard from late night hosts in other countries, from Ireland and from Germany. The guy in Germany offered me a job. Can you imagine?
That's so crazy that he got so much support. I love that, dude. It's a bummer that Stephen Colbert didn't get this support, but because Stephen Colbert was far more vocal about Trump. But it's so cool that, like, people got behind this guy. I like that. I really do. And they did so with their wallets. So many people canceled their subscription to Disney Plus over this. They lost, I think it was like $4 billion in like value as a company over the decision to fire Jimmy Kimmel. People spoke up. Like, the effect that people can have on the world is so crazy. Like, and then people always like cut themselves so short. Like, dude, you can move mountains. You just need to get people behind you. I think so many artists prove that. One that starts with an R and ends with a N, you know what I'm saying? And there might be an E somewhere in between. But people spoke with their wallets, dude. And that's what makes corporations stop and listen. And now we get to watch MAGA cry about it. Oh, I just love it so much. And like, there's so much winning here.
This country has become so authoritarian, the Germans are like, come here.
Oh, fuck. Even the fucking Germans. Come on, dude. Jesus.
Germany, the guy in Germany offered me a job. Can you imagine? This country has become so authoritarian, the Germans are like, come here. Cut loose. My boyhood idols, Howard Stern and David Letterman, were very considerate.
Yeah.
I feel honored to be part of a group of people that knows what goes into doing a show like this. And I also want to thank all of you.
Hell yeah.
Thanks to who supported our show, cared enough to do something about it, to make your voices heard so that mine can be heard. I will never forget it. And maybe...
Oh my God, it's getting teary-eyed. Don't do it, bro. I'm a bitch. I can't hang. Did someone here watch Adrienne LeBlanche about this? I have not, no.
Weirdly, Maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway.
Hey, he's talking to someone like me. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. In a world of Trump wannabes, be a Jimmy Kimmel. Hell yeah! Can someone help me get loud about a candy bar shrinkflation? I'm so irritated that when I want a chance to treat myself, I'll get half a candy bar. Hell yeah, bro! I hate that shit. They cut out the middle. What is this shit? He tears up. Yes, I love it. I love it. Men can show emotions. It's not a bad thing. Let's go.
Maybe, weirdly, maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway.
Hell yeah!
People
Hell yeah!
who I never would have imagined, like Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, Candace Owens, Mitch.
As he says Ted Cruz as well, like that was such a shocker when Ted Cruz came out and defended Jimmy Kimmel. Now, I said this initially when we heard about Jimmy Kimmel. I think I even said it on stream twice. Like, even if you are a selfish person and you care mostly just about yourself, supporting Jimmy Kimmel is easy. Like, because like when the shoe is reversed, these people don't want Democrats to come in and step all over them and tell them what they can and can't say. Like, giving the power or the authority for a news organization to be controlled by our government, which we're supposed to have a separation of that, is very important. So like even they can see and understand that, like, yo, hold on. What? This isn't good. Even if it's for a completely selfish reason, things align. And that's worth, like, and then you got to respect that, like, yes, by defending his right, you're defending your right. Now, if you want to go out there and say your bigoted, mean blowjob jokes about how women are inferior and how minorities are evil and how immigrants are the problem and only white people are awesome, like, you can do that, but you have to defend it when the other side is making the comments that you don't like.
People who I never would have imagined, like Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, Candace Owens, Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, even my old pal Ted Cruz, who, believe it or not, said something very beautiful on my behalf.
I hate what Jimmy Kimmel said. I am thrilled that he was fired.
Oh, wait, no, not that. The other part.
But let me tell you, if the government gets in the business of saying,
What you
we
can
don't
and can't
like
say.
what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like. That will end up bad for conservatives.
I don't think I've ever said this before, but Ted Cruz is right.
Oh my God, a broken clock is right at least twice a day, dude. Woo! But on this one, respect to Ted Cruz. We're still at least standing up for his morals, his belief. I believe now that Ted Cruz actually believes in freedom of speech, especially when he's speaking out against the Trump administration, okay? He's going up against his own party. To go against your own party and stand on your morals is the hardest thing to do. It's the thing that the left kind of sucked at for so long. We let other people create our narrative and tell our stories, and we wouldn't defend our stories out of fear of offense. Now, we might disagree on where that offense is, but that's what ultimately probably damaged the left. This right here, we need more of this. We need people to be saying, I support what's happening with the majority of my party, but this one thing they're doing right here, this is fucked up. I don't support this. And we as a party need to call this out if we believe in the First Amendment. Like, you know, he doesn't even like Jimmy Kimmel and he did it. This is crazy. I hate to say it, this man has earned a small fraction of respect. Because at least you have to watch LeBlanc on this subject. He's a Dutch comedian. He totally took down Trump and Disney. Might have to put that in a video for tomorrow. Unless I have enough time to do it today.
The airwaves, if you don't say what we like, that will end up bad for conservatives.
I don't think I've ever said this before, but Ted Cruz is right. He's absolutely right.
Yes.
This affects all of us, including him. I mean, think about it. If Ted Cruz can't speak freely, then he can't cast spells on the Smurfs.
Oh my God, how do they always fall for it though? That's what I really need to know. I need to know, how do they fall for it? I don't get it. Not to air out any personal conversations, but me and a buddy of mine, and he's a person I love wholeheartedly. I've known him for a very, very, very long time. We always end up hitting blocks. Like, no matter what happens, we're always combative with one another. But I love him, and he gives me adequate pushback. And I would even say he's more intelligent and more well-read on, like, the history of everything that we're talking about. Hell, he's even more read on philosophy, the actual definitions of, you know, the movements and what started them and where they're born from and the direction they want to head in and all these things. So he's like a far more intelligent person in so many different domains. But, like, even watching the guys that I like or my friends get brain broken over this, like, both sides shit is insane to me. If, like, one side has one, let's say, okay, let's just do an analogy here, okay? If you saw a group of two people, like two groups of people, and both groups of people, one of them had a really bad guy in it, okay? And then a handful of shitty followers, but like a vast majority of the group is okay. Okay, cool. You can understand that group. But let's say if you go over on the other side and every leader of this other group is evil, they fucking don't believe in freedom, they don't believe in rights, they don't believe in fucking, you know, a vast majority of like the scientific fucking research that we have on, you know, autism, on fucking, chips and salsa for breakfast? Hell yeah. They don't believe in climate change, they don't believe in whatever. And then on top of that, one of them is actually someone who's been convicted of actual crimes, and then he had to pardon a majority of his cabinet. Like, this one group of people is not like the same caliber of people as the ones on the other side. Like, if we were just to break it down in the individual groups, like, no one's gonna say, you know, that one over there that's got the guy that was like charged with like 32 felonies, like was actually charged with like sexual assault, which is the way that we describe that word. It was actually just rape, but like the way it is written in the books, we can't actually physically call it. No, these things are not the same. There's not a single Democrat not calling for de-escalation, and then all we get from one side is war, war, war. To see them finally stand on principle and start saying some beautiful things, hell yeah. I will say, no one in this world would pick to hang out in the other group willingly. That's crazy.
Even though I don't agree with many of those people on most subjects, some of the things they say even make me want to throw up. It takes courage for them to speak out against this administration, and they did, and they deserve credit for it, and thanks. For telling their followers that our government cannot be allowed to control what we do and do not say on television, and that we have to stand up to it. I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind, but I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is...
Dude, a fucking beautiful, bro. He's, yeah. Bro. Hell yes. As a human, you know, he's also coming to the understanding, like, at the end of the day, he's just a talk show host. What he represents is a really big idea that's worth fighting for. I live and let live only works if one side doesn't want you dead. It's a conundrum. Exactly. I was kind of craving chips as well. Just had dinner. Be smoking after. I don't want to mess with the hell yeah, Chelsea. What are you gonna say? It was like a number in my brain. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I would join you smoking. Unfortunately, my girlfriend has like morals and standards, so I can't smoke in the house. Sorry.
Make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't.
See, again, a Democrat, a liberal, or maybe even a progressive or a lefty is showing remorse for the actual death of someone that some people might call a monster. And I understand why some people would be like, oh, bro, it's fucked up. I'm like, yeah, but, you know, it's also fucked up telling black people that, like, they were better off as slaves. Trying to actively put into, like, law that women aren't allowed to work and they need to get back in the kitchen. Like, the people that Charlie Kirk represents are the don't tread on me people. Their whole thing was, if you come for my guns, you're going to have to take it from my cold, dead hands. And what does that mean? That means that they're going to fight the people that are coming for their guns. They're willing to kill people over their rights. Why is it that if a black person or Native American or... Why is it that, like, their rights can be trampled on and then you don't expect any kind of resistance to it whatsoever? You know what I mean? Like trans people aren't even allowed to serve in the military anymore because of their, like, and they don't have the right to do that? Like, that's crazy. They don't have the right to defend their homeland? Like, shouldn't we want trans people to have national pride? Nah. If you start infringing on people's rights, people will start dying. And the people that set that battlefield were the Republicans. I made nachos last night at Bingo. Hell yeah! I'll make the weirdest nachos, bro. I'll make nachos with the typical way, but sometimes if I'm feeling froggy, I'll go get Doritos and then put more nacho cheese on it with salsa on top. It's not good, but it's good. You also have to be high to enjoy it. So, like, any advice I give you on food, weed is like a prerequisite there.
I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make. But
you know who has fucking balls? The ones who cut him off and want to fight still. I wouldn't pick oh my God. Nachos with waffle fries? God damn!
I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we...
Yeah, man, I still love my parents, but they are full-blown MAGA. It's crazy. I remember having a conversation with my mom and saying there's no way Donald Trump would pardon the January 6ers. So then when I called her after he did, like, so do you at least call out the action? So I don't know what you want me to say, son. I was like, I just want you to be like, just say what he did was bad. You can do that. It's okay. It's not gonna. We're not gonna like stand on the top of the mountains and like put you before Trump and put you before a firing squad. You could just say what he did was bad. You could just. Those are just simple. Simple. They can't. They just can't.
We don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. Ever. And also, selfishly, I am a person gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to.
Also, that is another crazy idea. Like, I've never threatened someone that I disagree with. But it's weird how often it happens to me. It's so weird. Like, I don't send threats to people on the internet. What the fuck? And then, like, even when I start arguing or debating with someone, I'm like, yo, bro, I think you're ridiculous. I think the rhetoric you're using is dangerous. We need to have a conversation about this. I need to know where your fucking ideas are coming from. And they'll be like, well, you want a fucking box, bro? You want fucking, we can just put the gloves on, bro. And it's like, that's not what I'm trying to do here. I was like, if you want to come attack me, I'll just shoot you in the fucking face. Problem solved. Oh, you gonna use a fucking gun, bro? I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm not gonna fucking just over here and start throw fucking hands. You want to throw hands? I'm gonna blast you in the face. What the fuck? Okay, but also historically, Nazis didn't stop because someone asked nicely. So 50% of the time, it might be. Exactly, dude. Exactly. I'm not saying we go hug every Nazi. I'm saying that, like, as long as people are talking, you meet them there. And I will never say on the battlefield, marketplace of ideas again, because it sounds like I'm swallowing that little fucker behind me. But I think we have to be reactive. I don't think we can be proactive in our violence. Hell yeah. That does sound good, Nikki. That does.
I want to make this about me because, and I know this is what people say when they make things about them, but I really don't.
Yeah, dude, calling out the red flag. I love that, dude, because I do that too.
And I know this is what people say when they make things about them, but I really don't. This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
Yes, it's the idea. Yes, thank you, Jimmy. We are in pursuit of immaculate vibes, and Jimmy's handing them out. Thank you.
I've had the opportunity to meet and spend time with comedians and talk show hosts from countries like Russia, countries in the Middle East, who tell me they would get thrown in prison for making fun of those in power, and worse than being thrown in prison. They know how lucky we are.
Yeah, exactly. We can't do future crimes, and we can't do collective punishment. Like, if a guy wants to come out and he's, like, saying Nazi rhetoric, but it's just words, they can be harmful, they can be mean, but we just go out and prove him wrong by saying he's a moron and pointing out, you know, the facts of what happened in Nazi Germany and, like, the information that we have available. It's not like they're easy to disprove, because the reason why people fall into these traps is because they just start, like, they just start agreeing with things without looking into anything, and, like, their information that they have wasn't founded on, like, any substantial ground. You just meet them at the argument, and you just ask them to explain more and more. Like, again, I love my buddy, but he started saying, like, some catchphrases that I've heard from MAGA about Kamala Harris, and on stream yesterday, and I'm like, can you tell me why? Can you tell me why? Like, that's all we have to do. Like, when people start saying crazy shit, not that he was, but, like, people start saying crazy shit, you just ask them why. Explain where it's coming from. Please, I would love to know, because, like, if you figured out the secrets of the universe, I want to know that shit. But they haven't. They're just programmed by radical people, and it makes them insane. Remember, the bad parts of histories may rhyme, but so do the good parts. Exactly. As long as we, like, the problem was a vast majority of political violence is right-wing because of the things they say. Yeah, but in America, it's called freedom of speech. You have to let people talk, and then you have to meet them with words. And the better idea is supposed to win. Like, if you start going down the route that, like, we need to start being violent with people, you're doing the same thing you're complaining against. That's like fascism. Like, you have to do that within the actual conversation itself. And if you can't prove them wrong, well, then you need to find someone who can. Like, That shit's necessary. Like, if we start just, like, that's why Antifa is such a dangerous ideology. Like, they just go around and start attacking people that they disagree with. It's not good. It's not good. It's bad. Anti-fascism and fascism is still fascism.
Are here. Our freedom to speak is what they admire most about this country. And that's something I'm embarrassed to say I took for granted until they pulled my friend Steven off the air and tried to coerce the affiliates who run our show in the cities that you live in to take my show off the air. That's not legal. That's not American. That is un-American. And
yes!
It's so dangerous. I want you to think about this. Should the government be allowed to regulate which podcasts the cell phone companies and Wi-Fi providers are allowed to let you download to make sure they serve the public interest? You think?
Nope.
Think that sounds crazy? No. 10 years ago, this sounded crazy. Brendan Carr, the chairman of the FCC, telling an American company, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, and that these companies can find ways to change conduct and take action on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. In addition to being a direct violation of the First Amendment, is not a particularly intelligent threat to make in public.
God damn it, man. All it took was a fucking comedian. Well, actually, I think that's usually what it takes. A comedian to show a mirror to, like, the absurdity of the world that we're living through. The FCC is fucking unhinged. But I've been at war with the FCC for years because, you know, I like to say fuck. The hard way was fuck you.
Ted Cruz said he sounded like a mafioso. Although, I don't know, if you want to hear a mob boss make a threat like that, you have to hide a microphone in a deli and park outside in a van with a tape recorder all night long. This genius said it on a podcast. Brendan...
Lou!
Make a threat like that, you have to hide a microphone in a deli and park outside in a van with a tape recorder all night long. This genius said it on a podcast. Brendan Carr is the most embarrassing car Republicans have embraced since this one. And that's saying something.
Hell yeah! Elon, you got anything to add? Come on, Elon, you got this. I should just hit a separate camera for Elon. Like, just aim it at him. Like, what's up, dog? Like, your car is, your Cybertruck is dog shit. All right, sorry.
The FCC has a tradition of meddling where they shouldn't under many administrations, but it wasn't always like this. There was an FCC commissioner back in 2022 who worked under Joe Biden who was spot on. He wrote, President Biden is right. Political satire is one of the oldest and most important forms of free speech. It challenges those in power while using humor to draw more people into the discussion. That's why people in influential positions have always targeted it for censorship. You know
Facts, bro. God damn. God damn. Excuse me. Brother. The second camera and the voice, dude, I could do it. I can voice two characters. I would have to, like, work on, like, and I don't mean this as an insult because I'm a bisexual man, but like a gay Hitler voice. Oh my God, dude. Oh, that would be so fun. I could resurrect Chester and just give him like a German accent. I love your car shit. Yeah, the Cybertruck was never cool with car folks. Piece of shit. Exactly, dude. I will say, President Biden, okay? Biden was the best president in my lifetime. And I will argue with anybody on that. You want to hop in Discord, bro. There's a link. Let's do it. Like, bro. Waiting for William to unpause because I know it's coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
who wrote that? FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr.
Wait, it's the same motherfucker? Wait. How would he say that then, but also say something different now?
Who later was appointed chairman of the FCC by this former crusader for free speech.
If we don't have free speech, then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple. Just like dominoes, one by one, they'll go down.
That was also in 2022. And I wonder how...
Okay, so he's going to talk about how the fact that once they're in power, they change their beliefs because they're no longer appealing to the center. And I mean, that's true. People tell you, what they think you want to hear, and then when they're in a position of power, this is why you hear me. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Biden had the numbers to show his success. Exactly. I'd already typed that. Look. This is why I say all the time that you don't really know what your morals are until you're tested to do something. You know, if you're, you could say, like, who is it? Like, one of the best things that the red pill guys argue is that they'll say, like, a male feminist says all these nice things to women because they don't never get girlfriends or anything like that. That's like their line of attack, you know. And then once they get girlfriends, they're like, oh, look at them, they're monsters now or whatever. It's such bullshit. Okay. At the end of the day, we can say anything we want, but until we're like in a position of power to actually like put our beliefs to like the test, they're just words. Like, I know a lot of guys that are fugly as shit, and they finally get a girlfriend. They'll be like, they'll tell their girlfriend, like myself, you know, I'll never cheat, you know. I don't see the comment you read. But like they'll be, I'll never cheat. And it's like, yeah, because you'll never have the opportunity to cheat. Like, say that when like another person is talking to you, and then see if like you actually can believe the things that you're saying. That's like, again, once you're tested, that's when things matter. You may be wise enough for those in power don't want it. It can corrupt. It may be in Discord. No, some of the messages, again, I don't know how to, like, every time I start a stream, I go in and turn off the thing to like allow all comments. But then like it filters automatically through, and then anything that has a bad word and it doesn't put it actually in the chat to the right. It'll come across the screen, but it filters out. There must be something within Streamlabs itself that does censoring. I don't know. I might spend the afternoon looking into this because my girlfriend will be late getting home, so I'll be on a little later.
How did that guy turn into this guy?
Who would you like to see replace Kimmel on late night?
Well, a lot of people, anybody could replace him. The guy had no talent. Kimmel he was fired, he had no talent. He's a whack job, but he had no talent, and more importantly than talent, he had no, because a lot of people have no talent, they get ratings. But he had no ratings.
Well, I do tonight.
Oh!
But he had no ratings.
Well, I do tonight.
Yeah, you do.
You almost have to feel sorry for him. He did his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly. He might have to release
Shit, piss, snot, 42 ass.
the Epstein files to distract us from this now.
Bring the fire,
A lot of
dude.
people have been asking me if there are conditions for my return to the air, and there is one. Disney has asked me to read the following statement, and I've agreed to do it. Here we go. To reactivate your Disney Plus and Hulu account, open the Disney Plus app on your smart TV or TV connected device. I've been fortunate to work at a company that has allowed me to do the show the way we want to do it for almost 23 years. I've done almost 4,000 shows on ABC, and over that time, the people who run this network have allowed me to evolve and to stretch the boundaries of what was once traditional for a late night talk show, even when it made them uncomfortable.
He's lighting up their ass. He's lighting up their ass.
Which I do a lot. Every night, they've defended my right to poke fun at our leaders and to advocate for subjects that I think are important by allowing me to use their platform, and I am very grateful for that. With that said...
Oh my God, here we go, here we go. What you got, Bubby?
I was not happy when they pulled me off the air on Wednesday. I did not agree with that decision, and I told them that, and we had many conversations. I shared my point of view, they shared theirs. We talked it through, and at the end, even though they didn't have to, they really didn't have to. This is a giant company. We have short attention spans, and I am a tiny part.
Oh my God, yes, he's showing so much grace here, but I wonder what the joke will be.
Of the Disney Corporation. They welcomed me back on the air, and I thank them for that. Because I know that unfortunately, and I think unjustly, this puts them at risk. The President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke.
Yeah! Ironically, the reason why Donald Trump is president... Whoa, that might be too loud. Hold on, maybe we need to turn that down a little bit. I don't know how that got... My chat was set to top messages. Oh! Donald Trump started running for president because Barack Obama said he can't take a joke. And then Barack Obama said, well, you know, he may not be able to take a joke, or I don't remember what he said, but he's like, but at least he'll never know what it's like to be president. And that awoken the beast inside the chubby little bastard.
He was somehow able to squeeze Colbert out of CBS. Then he turned his sights on me, and now he's openly rooting for NBC to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers and the hundreds of Americans who work for their shows who don't make millions of dollars. And I hope that if that happens, or if there's even any hint of that happening, you will be 10 times as loud as you were this week. We have to speak out against this guy because he's not stopping. And it's not just comedy. He's gunning for our journalists, too. He's suing them. He's bullying them. Over the weekend, his foxy friend Pete Hegseth announced a new policy that requires journalists with Pentagon press credentials to sign a pledge promising not to report information that hasn't been explicitly authorized for release.
That's fucking crazy. What?
Includes unclassified information. They want to pick and choose what the news is. I know that's not as interesting as muzzling a comedian, but it's so important to have a free press, and it is nuts that we aren't paying more attention to it.
What a smart move, dude. Like, he knew that a lot of eyes were going to be on this today. But instead of coming out and saying, like, oh, let's all be buddy, let's touch tips, let's go cuddle, he's still swinging at Trump and bringing to light the bullshit that administration is doing. This takes balls. And right now, a lot of people are watching. Exactly.
Walter Cronkite must be spinning in his grave right now. He's dead, right? Yeah. Look, I never imagined I would be in a situation like this. I barely paid attention in school. But one thing I did learn from Lenny Bruce and George Carlin and Howard Stern is that a government threat to silence a comedian the president doesn't like is anti-American. That's anti-American. And I'm so glad we have some solidarity on that from the right and the left and from those in the middle like Joe Rogan. Maybe the silver lining from this is we found one thing we can agree on, and maybe we'll even find another one. Maybe we can get a little bit closer together. We do agree on a lot of things. We agree on keeping our children safe from guns.
Yes, dude. I say this all the time in the reactions and stuff like that. That we have more in common with one another than we have differences. Each of his balls are bigger than you are. Than you are. Exactly, dude. But like, we have more in common than we have not in common, I guess. No, we have more similarities than we do differences. Those of the right and those of the left typically want the same things. Typically, we want a healthy world for our children. We want a society that is functioning and working. Now, we disagree on how we get there. That's the important conversation around politics. We disagree on the equation, but not on the result. So the way that we get there is by having actual conversations with one another and trying to sparse out those differences. And if there are bad information or information that needs to be corrected, well, we have a cure for that. Conversation and learning. We need to stop attributing malice to everybody that disagrees with us. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Unity Facts. Stewart's here. What's going on? Trump is very thin-skinned with anyone who criticizes. Exactly.
Guns, on reproductive rights for women, Social Security, get a little bit closer together. We do agree on a lot of things. We agree on keeping our children safe from guns.
Ricardo, you might be a little extreme, buddy, but I love you anyway.
And maybe we'll even find another one. Maybe we can get a little bit closer together. We do agree on a lot of things. We agree on keeping our children safe from guns, on reproductive rights for women, Social Security, affordable health care, pediatric cancer research. These are all things that most Americans support. Let's stop letting these politicians tell us what they want and tell them what we want.
Well, it's not just the politicians, man. You gotta worry about the influencers. Like, the politicians can be played very easily by the people. If they think that supporting you is gonna get them more votes, they will. You gotta play their game, you know? Some networks aren't showing them still. That's crazy. But yeah.
There was a moment over the weekend, a very beautiful moment. I don't know if you saw this on Sunday. Erica Kirk forgave.
Wasn't a beautiful moment that was fucking planned, but yes, the sentiment was beautiful. Too bad the Christians in the audience didn't seem to give a fuck, mainly because Trump came up behind her and said, "Fuck that, we forgive nobody. I hate them and I don't." Yeah, okay.
A moment over the weekend, a very beautiful moment. I don't know if you saw this on Sunday. Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him. That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus, as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply, and I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be.
Hold on, man. Come on. You know you're an actor, right? Like, you know that was just some bullshit. Like, a few days before that, she was calling for violence and saying that they've awoken the beast. She got so much pushback for her divisive rhetoric. she had no other choice but to come out and like Will Ferrell and Wedding. Yeah, dude. Like, I guess if you want to just hang on the sentiments and just appeal to emotions, that's the way to go. But anyone can see that what she did was performative. I wouldn't even call it beautiful. It felt like corporatism through and through. Like, how is she going to go from we will never back down, we are going to fight, 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 like everyone on the other side is evil, to like a few days later, I forgive them. Like, no, something doesn't seem right. That is way too quick of a turn.
And I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be that.
Yes, Stephen Miller yeah, there were fireworks and shit. All of that was performative bullshit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't even buy her messaging, because all the other Republicans on that stage, fight, 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 the Democrats are evil, we're going to war, like, nah. You could say she said one thing nice, but the totality of that entire event was disgusting. Like, nah, get the fuck out of here with that shit, Kimmel. Like, I get that you want to be a good boy and appeal to the MAGA people right now, but nah, fuck that. That was a disgusting display of, like, the pure insanity of the right. I don't give a fuck if it was a memorial for Charlie Kirk. I'm going to take them for what they did when they were there. That was disgusting. And Stephen Miller, after the next election is in, I feel like he needs to be, like, setting up for her new job title. Yeah, dude. That shit was insane. No, thank you. I will be happy that she actually gave a decent message to people, but it was so Pee-wee German and full white. Yeah, dude. Nah, dude. I get it. You want to play the middle and you want to look good for the camera, but nah, fuck that. Yeah, dude. Stephen Miller is the fucking devil. The way that we used to treat Bush and Dick Cheney, bro, we're on that shit again. We have a fucking moron in office and an evil person in the background, like, pulling strings and shit. Nah, fuck that.
There it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply. And I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be that, not this. So thank you for listening, and I'll have more to say when we come back.
I mean, I get what he's doing. Yeah, dude. And they look eerily similar, yeah. Look, I fully agree with the message that he's saying, but that shit was performative as fuck. I mean, if it heals the people and the rift between people, fuck yeah. But I'm not convinced off of that shit. All I need are the leaders of these movements to stop condoning violence and to, like, chill out their rhetoric, and then I'd be on page. You know what I mean? But right now, the KKK must be delighted to have one of theirs in the White House.
What about also those who say that you're being, in recent months, awfully thin-skinned?
I've always been thin-skinned. I've been thin-skinned from day one.
Welcome back to Jimmy Kimmel Live. We are still on the air in most of the country, except, ironically, for Washington, D.C., where we have been preempted. We are off the air in Nashville, New Orleans, Portland, Oregon, Salt Lake City, and St. Louis, where none of my wife's family is able to watch the show tonight. So sorry, Aunt Sharon. Sorry, Aunt Maureen. You'll have to go to YouTube, I guess. But I am glad to be back at work. It was touch and go for a minute. Guillermo did something very sweet, actually. He called me and he offered to sell his Labubus. I will never forget that gesture, my friend. Guillermo, I've done a lot of talking. Is there anything you would like to share with the audience tonight?
Sure. I would like to say, listen, this world needs more people like Jimmy Kimmel.
Be careful, man. They might try to deport you. Your complexion is dark enough to where, like, the MAGA people won't give a fuck if you get sent anywhere.
Needs more people like Jimmy Kimmel. He is the best. He's a great man. I a great father. And thank you, Jimmy. And I love you. And I stand with you all the way. And I love you.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's get some Boys and Men playing right now. That's my shit. Kia stopped in just to make sure I wasn't watching the Israel-Palestine debate. Ah! That's my buddy.
That's very sweet. If you stand with me all the way, why did Ryan Seacrest call me and tell me you would keep texting him over and over again?
Never. That was wrong Mexican.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We are in the middle, and in a lot of ways still are in the middle, of an unprecedented fix. After almost 23 years on the air, we're suddenly not being broadcast in 20% of the country, which is not a situation we relish. So we reached out to the
I thought the same thing when he chimed in. Hell yeah. I can't believe 20% of the country is not airing Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sorry. If Jimmy Kimmel scares you, like, look, and Jimmy, I mean this with all respect, you are a soft bitch. Like, this is a beautiful monologue, but I would have been way more unhinged. I know so many Democrats that would have used this platform to bash people over the head. And, like, my boy, he's doing good. He's doing a masterclass, like, slapping back, but, like, these are, like, slight slaps, you know what I mean? Like, he's doing it gracefully, I guess is what I should say. But if you are scared of Jimmy Kimmel to where he shouldn't be on the air, bro, not only are you a snowflake, but it's like you are literally like 90% melted if this guy who is like gonna like be so... Is he the biggest chat show host? That one I don't know. I would say he's probably the funniest one. I used to like Jimmy Fallon when I was younger, but that fake laugh, dude. That fake laugh just can't do it. I can't do it. Colbert goes harder, exactly. Yeah, dude, I think of three. Yeah, dude. I'm like, look, dude. I'm like, respect to Kimmel. So awesome he's having his moment. But like, if you're a MAGA guy and this is like the guy that you want to stand on, like, because he's like some big bad fucking, you are an absolute objective pussy. All right, there's nothing else there. Like, I'm all right. Adult sucks. I must and miss so much. If this guy is like your enemy right now, what? Like, bro, our enemy is Andrew Tate. Okay, our enemy is Donald Trump. Our enemy are fucking far right-wing fucking ideologues. Your enemy is a talk show host that makes mild-mannered jokes against the president. Like, holy fuck. That's crazy to me. We are not the same.
Chairman of the FCC, Brendan Carr, he has, to his credit, agreed to join us from his office in Washington. And here he is now. Thank you, Chairman Carr, for being with us tonight.
Thank God, Robert De Niro. God damn it, dude. This is also a double middle finger to MAGA because he speaks out against Trump a lot. And MAGA has, again, like, just fucking, again, they attack an actor. Like, what? Oh, my God, dude. These people are spineless. Like, I've seen so many people go, oh, Robert De Niro is a fucking woke, disgusting pervert that piddles kids. Like, why? Because he pushes, like, against Trump? Like, what the fuck? Okay. Like, how are you soying out, bro? Like, the fake soy outrage from the right is like my favorite thing in the world. I just love it when they're in power because then I get to just laugh about how like they got offended about a song having dirty lyrics. Like, come on, man. Okay, wait, hold on. Sorry, Robert. I'm sorry. Sorry, Robert. We'll go back a little bit. We'll get you your moment. Let me just say this, okay? When the right is in power, we go after comedians. We go after music. We go after, offense to like the office, or we go after offense to God. When the left is in power, we tell people to stop saying racist shit. These two parties are not the same. We tell the left, or we tell people maybe we should treat trans people with equality. And they're like, this is bullshit. That's a mental disorder. Like, you could just be a decent person. You know, that's like a thing you can do. You don't have to agree with someone's life decisions. Like, if a woman wants to have an OnlyFans, you don't have to be upset about that. In fact, you can stop paying for it, you motherfuckers, because the majority of you are the ones that pay for it. You guys can hate on the gays. You know what's crazy? You don't have to do anything with it. You can just let them do their own thing. You know what would really help with you and the gays? Would be to stop downloading Grindr to fuck other men at your RNC conventions. That's a thing you could stop doing, and you would have a lot less gay experiences. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like force yourself into these communities, yet you keep doing that. It's so crazy. How many senators and congressmen that are like far right or on the right that constantly get caught by fucking other dudes or something? Like, hold on. You guys could just, you know, be graceful with other people. Like, I don't like the non-binary shit. I think that shit's annoying. But if I see someone that say, hey man, I don't really like either gender, can you just call me they? You know what I'll do? I will try. Now, I'm gonna slip up, but I will try. That's all they ask, man. That's all they ask. That's the difference between the two powers, okay? When one's in office, one tries to make the world easier and more habitable for those that do not match our complexion and that are just people trying to live their daily lives. When the right's in power, they try to tell you what to think, what to say, how to feel. They want to control news. They want to add fucking Christianity to the goddamn White House. These are not the same parties. And anyone that says, well, both sides are fucking delusional. Sorry. All right. Sorry, Robert. You can cook. I apologize. No, my mouse is dead. There it goes. It's back.
You tell Whoopi over there she better show a little respect, or the only view she's getting is from under George Washington. The British, not the guy.
Excuse me, sir? Yeah, hi.
Well, what is this? You sneak up on me? You don't sneak up on a person. It's not nice.
I'm sorry. What is your name? Because I was expecting to talk to the chairman of the FCC.
You don't need to know my name, and I am the new chairman of the FCC.
You were appointed FCC chairman by Donald Trump?
Sir Trump, yes. I used to do some work for the man here and there in Atlantic City.
But did I just hear you on the phone threatening Whoopi Goldberg?
No, I would never threaten Miss Goldstein. I was just teaching her a lesson about consequences.
Oh my God. Those on the right say one thing in public and then do the opposite in private. Yes.
For saying so, maybe you're the wrong guy to talk to, but it seems like the FCC is using mob tactics to suppress free speech.
What the did you just say to me?
I didn't mean any offense. You know, you can't curse or we'll get fined by the FCC.
I am the FCC. I can say whatever the I want. No.
Well, it sounds a little like threats and intimidation to me, Chairman.
Stop that. It's just me, Jimmy, the chairman of the FCC, gently suggesting that you gently shut the up.
But you can't say that. That's a violation of free speech.
Oh, yeah, about that. Speech, it ain't free no more.
What? It's not free no more?
Yeah, we're charging by the word now.
You're charging by the word? How much are you charging?
It depends on what you want to say. Like, you want to say something nice about the president's beautiful, thick yellow hair, or how he can do his makeup better than any broad. That's free.
Okay. All right. That seems reasonable.
But if you want to do a joke like he's so fat he needs 2 seats on the Epstein jet, that's going to cost.
Yes! Oh, I just love that we get all of this free ammunition against Trump because he's so, such a shitty leader that he, literally riled up his base to release the Epstein files. Then when he gets in office, he's like, actually, I can't. And then, someone comes out and he's like, well, actually, Donald Trump was an FBI informant. So all the stuff you read in the Epstein files, he was only doing that to get us information. Those children he piddled, that's okay. That was America were behind that shit in America, dude. That's because he's a patriot. Those kids he diddled, patriotism. America funded.
Can I just ask, just for clarity, because it's a pretty good joke, how much would that one cost me?
A couple of fingers, maybe a tooth, and you know how constipated he is.
So is this how things are going to go from now on?
We also got a new motto at the FCC. Sticks and stones may break your bones.
And?
And?
Oh. Well, the rest of that is...
Sticks and stones may break your bones. God damn it. Stormy times ahead for Trump and not the Stormy Daniel times. Hell yeah.
See, sticks and stones may break your bones.
And?
And?
Oh. Well, the rest of that is, but I think, but words can never harm you.
Oh, well, they can harm you now. Let's make sure you pick the right words. Capiche?
Okay, yeah, I guess I capiche, but I don't think... Oh, it sounds like you got a call there, huh?
Hi, handsome. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. President. Okay. You got it, sir. You got it. Bye.
What did he say?
Look, I got to go. A couple of cases of Tylenol fell off a truck, and now I got to figure out how to put autism in them.
Oh, okay. That sounds tricky. So good luck with that, sir.
Good luck with you, and I'll be watching you, Kimmel. Maybe not on ABC. That's up to you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
And it is my honor to serve the public interest.
I know it is. I know it is. Thank you so much.
For those of you that don't know, that was a double, bro. He was making fun of the guy right there at the end, but also he was calling it out, and he did so with a smile. No actor could hide that smile. God damn.
I gotta tell you, I like the new guy a lot. You know, as of this taping, the president has not weighed in on ABC's decision to put us back on the air. I don't know, maybe he's saving it for his late night toilet time, but His Magnificence had other business today in New York, big business, addressing the United Nations, which got off to a rocky start when the Trumps hit the escalator and it suddenly stopped.
Oh man, I bet you he thought he was about to get shot. That's a bar. Did he really? Like, it's linked to autism? It's bullshit. I do have that queued next.
The walk up.
Oh, bro. Motherfucker thought he was about to get blasted. Look at the fear in this motherfucker's eyes.
Got off to a rocky start when the Trumps hit the escalator.
What's going on?
And it suddenly stopped. They had the walk up.
I hope that someone did that on purpose. Even this guy's like, fuck, dude, are we about to have to take a bullet for this fat fuck?
He broke the escalator. Where was that escalator 10 years ago when we needed it on the way down? Trump had trouble with his teleprompter today, but spoke anyway for almost an hour off the cuff in front of all these foreign leaders. And when you think about uniting nations, well, no one does it better than Don.
It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff.
How do people listen to this guy and not... how... His own staff messed it up and the teleprompter? Like, maybe they're doing it on purpose so they can oust this fucking absolute dipshit. This absolute insane person. So they can at least put J.D. Vance in there, who will at least sound decent when he talks. The average person. Ren's much better at walking than Trump. Yeah, and he's fucking got Lyme disease. What's your excuse, you babbling bitch?
Countries are going to hell.
Well, if that doesn't get him the Nobel Prize, I don't know what will. Melania was, she sat for the speech. She was there not just in her capacity as First Lady, but also as a representative for all the unsatisfied Slovenian women of the world.
Republic of Korea, look at that. Lithuania didn't even show up.
Stiltskin was all over the map today. He ranted about windmills. He bragged about ending 7 wars. He threatened the guy who operates the teleprompter. He complained about being screwed out of a deal to renovate the building they were in, the United Nations building. He said, you could have had marble, you got terrazzo, you could have had mahogany, you got plastic instead. 5 translators had to be hospitalized for confusion. But none of that compared to the headache he is creating with his buddy RFK blaming autism on Tylenol. His press conference yesterday was an all-timer. Trump, Bobby Brainworm, and Dr. Oz strongly recommend...
What world do we live in that Dr. Oz, RFK, and Trump are the ones telling us what causes autism? What the fuck dark hole did we fall in that this is like a reality in my former country that unfortunately I'm still a part of? Like, what the apps? And then how is like no one on the right going like, is this idiocracy? Is this real? Is this like, come on, man.
Recommend that pregnant women stop taking Tylenol immediately, and the president was very persuasive making his case.
When the alternative is that nothing bad can happen, let's do it now. I was just saying to Bobby and the group, let's do it now. Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
It can only good happen. Oh my God, dude. Am I alive? Like, hold on. Am I? Ow. Okay, that didn't feel good. I must be alive. Like, is this like reality? Or are we like going through like the biggest social experiment that we've ever seen? I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about having a dipshit. Like, dude, all of the criticisms we used to give Bush, I want Bush back, guys. I would rather have Bush back. I would rather have Dick Cheney back as my president than this dipshit. At least they united our country with their evil shit. Like, come on, man.
But with Tylenol, don't take...
What's that, Only God Knows My Troubles? That's the one that Ren likes so much. I feel like the whole world now knows my troubles because we're looking at it. Like, what the fuck? I feel like Daniel after the dentist.
Can happen. Let's do it now. I was just saying to Bobby and the group, let's do it now. Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. But with Tylenol, don't take it. Don't take it.
That's right. Follow the advice of Donald Trump, and you too can look like a glazed ham with deep vein thrombosis. It can only good happen.
Yeah!
This is Tylenol we're talking about. The thing that you take when they won't let you take anything that works. It's never, they gave me Tylenol. It's always, only gave me Tylenol. But make no mistake, this was an
wrong timeline after the Avengers Endgame. Nothing matters anymore. Fuck yeah, dude. Bring Thanos back. Like, fuck.
Historic announcement. This was a major breakthrough in the field of medicine. And just in case it isn't clear, if someone comes up and offers you a Tylenol, you should not take it.
Don't take Tylenol. Don't take it. With Tylenol, don't take it. Don't take it. Don't use.
Is Tylenol an American company? Hold on. I need to. Who owns Tylenol? Who owns? Yeah. Here we go. Oh my God! This started in 2023. Like, how many people are gonna lose their job if people just stop taking Tylenol? Like, McNeil Labor, like, how? Okay, so isn't Johnson & Johnson an American company? Yes. Johnson & Johnson is an American company. Like, why are we attacking an American company when the idea is that we want, you know, American jobs? Isn't it just a... Well, that sounds interesting. Let's take a look at that then. Yep. Including Tylenol and Panadol. What the fuck? Why are we like, dude, how many people are going to lose jobs over this? Like, Trump's job is to like help America, not hurt America. What the fuck?
Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. Fight like hell not to take it. I think you shouldn't take it. Don't take Tylenol. The baby goes, gets a shot. They say, here, take a cup of Tylenol. I've heard that for years. Take Tylenol.
Maybe this is the problem. Maybe he OD'd on Tylenol. He OD'd on, what is it? McDonald's and Tylenol? This fat fuck? Like, hold on, bro. Maybe that's why he is autistic. Maybe there is a link. Holy fuck. He is the link!
Don't take Tylenol. Don't have your baby take Tylenol. Don't give Tylenol to the baby. Don't give Tylenol to the baby. Don't give your baby Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol.
Oh my God.
Don't take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take it. Don't take it. So that's it. There's nothing much to say. Don't take Tylenol.
Please tell me he brought up studies and research and information about this. Because I already went and asked AI to help me point out some studies here to look at that Mike could say it. So I got the WHO statement. I got the National Library of Medicine. So I'm going to read through these. We're going to look at this shit. I don't think any of it's going to point the direction that they're going, but okay.
Tylenol. Just don't take it. And I just say it again. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take.
Watch the chick on the right. She starts to kind of laugh and smile next time she's removed. Did they tell him it was all that it could take? So she's beginning. Studies are disproven and old. Yeah. Cosmic Man. Nope. Of course not.
Brought to you by Motrin. Kimmel, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20 million and one.
That was fucking awesome. I'm so glad Jimmy Kimmel got his moment. Thank you for posting this so soon for those of us in the blackout markets. I can't believe we live in a country that does that. Hell yeah. Watching from Germany, and it's a very great pleasure to be part of this great community. He's defending the freedom of speech all over the world. Welcome back, Jeremy. Fuck yeah, that's getting a like. Watching from New Orleans, they didn't air the show here. Myself and many others called the station and filed for formal complaints. Fuck yes! I'm in Oklahoma. Footstool for the dealer leader. Sinclair won't allow Jimmy's show to be broadcasted, so I'm very grateful to be able to see this. An excellent. Fuck yes! Okay, going to get my nachos now. Hell yeah.